MMA Now, powered by Film On TV Networks.
Now, I want to touch with you on the free agent thing. You're one of the ones that has been outspoken about that. You tested it out with World Series of Fighting and Bellator, re-signed with the UFC. When do you think it's going to be a time where UFC fighters is going to be like an NFL, where the free agency process is much more drawn out than what it is right now?
When will that happen?
When will that happen, and how was it for you as well?
I don't know if it will ever happen, man. It's too much of an individualized sport, and I think it will happen with certain guys, just based on how bad the promotion wants those fighters or the female or guy fighters, and the athlete themselves in terms of what they're willing to take. And I think that's pretty much how, as far as it goes with it, when it comes to being a drawn out process. But for me, I wasn't sure where I was going to end up. I really wasn't. I did think I was at a point. I thought I was going to end up in Asia, and then there was a point I thought I was going to end up in Bellator, and then at a point originally I thought I was going to end up in Bellator. Then a couple of mix-up things happened, and then whatever. I thought I was going to end up in Asia, and then World Series of Fighting came back with a hard offer, and I was like, yeah, I might be in World Series of Fighting, but I don't know how often I'm going to fight, and the front end of the deal, and then there's the back end of the deal, long-term stuff. So there was a whole lot that went into the process, and I was able to find a happy medium with all the companies that were out there, and I think I got the best deal for myself in terms of where I'm at right now, in terms of my name value, and where I think I'm going to be. So I think it all really depends on how you feel you can really pan out wherever it is that you're going to go. And I saw myself with a ton of potential staying with the UFC and capitalizing on their PR machine and all the other things that they have, and the exposure and things like that. So you can't really place a value on that. That in itself is a value right there, as long as you play up on it and you make it work for you.
Now,
I'm a
now,
businessman, not a business man.
right. No, but I think because this has been a big topic lately as far as the free agency thing. You're one of the smarter fighters that doesn't sign an 8 fight contract. 2 fights before they're up for free agency. You took your time for that, and they're talking about the Ali Act now and boxing and MMA as far as fighters being tied into a contract. And do you think is it the fighters' fault for not waiting it out and signing these huge 8 fight deals before their time is up?
You know what? I think it's more so them being slightly maybe I think they're slightly afraid of the repercussions of what could possibly happen, I guess, from stories in the past and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those guys as well. But like I said, man, I felt confident in my potential. I felt confident in what I could bring to the table, and I think I bring a different demographic to the table, and I think that in itself has a value on it, and it's hard to place an exact number on it. But I think if I'm promoted the right way and pushed the right way, I think everyone wins, and we all make money together. And that's the way I approached it. I didn't look at it as, I just want to get the most money possible. Yeah, that's ultimately what you want to do. But in the negotiations, I guess both sides have to win. Especially little old me trying to go up against Zufa. Like, I can easily be expendable and just be like, you know what, this guy can go elsewhere, and we'll just get another guy, another face, and build him up, kind of thing. So, and he'll probably take less money than what I was asking for, kind of thing. So, I think it's a rough situation, man. I hope guys do try to see what their value is. I'm not saying to go out there and cause a shit show. I think if you feel like you have some upside, find out what your value is, find out what you can bring to the table, what you offer, and go about it the right way, in a professional way. And I think that's the way to go about doing business.
MMA Now, powered by